this video, I kind of dive into 4 key points on how to start your health journey, but also sustain it. Because oftentimes, it's not hard to start. The hardest part is to continue, and I'll show you how. So the first key component to any health journey is authenticity. Be true to yourself. And what that means is you need to understand your what and your why. Your what is your health goals, what you're trying to achieve, and your why is the reason behind it. Your why acts as your motivators, your reasons to continue. And ideally, you want your why to be something positive, not along the lines of negativity. Maybe if that works for you, then fine. But for me, staying positive just encourages me to continue, especially on the harder days. So I would say, for example, if your what is to start going to the gym more often, your why cannot be because you hate yourself. Your why should always come from a place of love and positivity. It should always be, I deserve to be healthy physically. I deserve to be able to move without feeling pain, or I deserve to be able to hang out with friends without getting tired. You know, your positive motivator will help you get up. But if you're always negative and talking down on yourself, it's easy to get lost in the horrible things you say to yourself, and then you don't end up doing anything. My suggestion is to have a list of all your what's. What do you want to achieve? What are your health goals? What do you want to see change in your life? And this will allow you to really nitpick and look at the way you're doing things. So observe your current lifestyle, observe the things you don't like, the things you would like to change or improve about yourself. And those will be your what. And your why will be the reason behind that. And then you can stay motivated. Remember to keep your why positive. What might work for someone else might not work for you. So for example, you want to incorporate dark leafy greens into your diet, and maybe you hate the taste of spinach. Then you don't have to be a spinach girl. You don't have to be someone who eats spinach. Like, it's okay. Me personally, I hate spinach, so I never buy it. It's bitter, like it's disgusting to me. Just do what works for you. You don't have to follow someone else's diet to the T. Listen to your body. If you're forcing yourself to eat foods that you genuinely hate, there's no way you can be consistent. There's no way your body can feel happy and just well in itself. So if your stomach reacts badly to something that you ate, or you just don't like the smell of something and you'd rather not ingest it, no one's forcing you to. Like, your health journey is your own. There are no rules. The next step is to focus on incremental growth. And what I mean by that is small changes do add up. Sometimes when you want to climb a mountain and you think about how large it is, it gets overwhelming and you don't even take the first step. So with incremental growth, you think of one small thing that goes in the right direction. Maybe you don't drink enough water every day. Then you can start increasing how much water you drink daily until you drink the right amount every day. But you can't force yourself to just jump into a healthy lifestyle when you weren't doing it yesterday. One day you might be able to achieve everything you want. You might wake up and spread your bed. You might wash all the dishes. You might clean the kitchen, clean the house. But then the next day, is it sustainable? In developing any habit, you are more likely to continue if you are more likely to succeed. If you have a huge goal that's just unrealistic, it doesn't match where you are in life right now, and you expect to achieve it, when you don't and you fail, you feel like, oh, I shouldn't have tried in the first place. Versus setting realistic goals that are incremental, that you can slowly achieve and get better every single day until you are where you want to be. I can give one example of this in my life. So originally when I wanted to start eating healthier, I started with breakfast. So the first meal of the day, I focused on my breakfast should always be something healthy. Now, if I was being unrealistic, maybe my goal would have been I should only eat healthy. But a realistic goal would be I start with one meal, maybe I move on to lunch, and then I move on to dinner, and then my whole day is packed with healthy meals, and therefore I'm eating healthy without even knowing it. So to wrap up this section, the key point is small progress is still progress, or like we say in Jamaica, every mickle make a muckle. There's still progress to be made. It's incremental. It's not bad. You're still moving forward. And that's all you can ask of yourself. So the next step is to introduce a success system. We need to create a system for success, and this is where you sustain your positive, healthy habits. Now, we started by understanding our what, we know our why. Then we got into incremental changes, but then you also have to set up your environment to facilitate a room where you continue to grow. Your environment can affect your success because if you are in a messy place, it tends to affect your mood. Oftentimes, for me, if my room is messy or my bathroom is messy, I get really discouraged. So maybe you don't want to do your skincare routine in a messy bathroom. So your environment may encourage or discourage you from actually enforcing those positive and continuing those positive habits that you are now trying to develop. So if you are familiar with the book Atomic Habits, this is where I get some of my advice from. So there's an entire chapter on success system and how your environment impacts you, your mental health, and developing positive habits. And for me, that really stuck with me, so I'm sharing some of those points with you. So one of the points that resonated with me was to eliminate the need for self-control. And what that means is if you no longer want to eat ice cream, for example, then do not buy ice cream. If ice cream is not in your fridge, then you won't be inclined to wake up in the middle of the night and snack on ice cream. If you don't want to drink a certain thing, maybe you want to stop drinking soda. I stopped drinking soda years ago, and how I did it was I no longer purchased soda. I stayed away from fast food, which would encourage drinking soda. And I really wanted to get to the point where I was never around soda, which meant I couldn't drink soda. So that's the easiest way to encourage building a healthy habit, is not necessarily to force yourself to be disciplined and hardcore and always in control, but then to remove these sources of temptation, and then you'd be less likely to exercise self-control. Another step that I really liked is that we can make success easier by eliminating the steps required to achieve our goal. So for instance, if a certain task or a certain healthy habit takes a lot of effort, it's very inconvenient, you have to go out of your way, you're less likely to be consistent. And we want to be consistent in our health journey. The goal is never just to start, it's to continue. So we're on to our last section, and that is accountability. Now, what does accountability have to do with your health journey? It has everything to do with it. Accountability has everything to do with how successful you are on your health journey. You need to find and implement a way to track your progress and see how far you've come. Some people have accountability partners, someone who they can call or text to make sure they're doing something at a certain time. Some people have apps on their phones that can keep track of their daily routines, kind of keep track of or reminders, notification, did you exercise today? Did you go on a walk today? Did you read a book today? Whatever you like, you can set that system up for you, because in some way you need to be held accountable. So I'm going to share some of the things I do as a part of my health journey from a holistic point of view. So for me, I've divided it into 5 main parts. I have mindfulness, which includes meditation, going on nature walks, which is my favorite, and then also being intentional about my day, how I use my time. And then there is movement. So I like to stretch in the morning, get my limbs moving and flowing. So I do dynamic and static stretching, jogging and walking. I would say jogging, I have not been doing that, but I have been walking. So I am moving around. Physical fitness is a part of movement. So exercising, I have been falling off on that, but I plan to be more consistent in the future. Next category is self-care. So this is big for me. And what I define as self-care is just engaging in hobbies. I have, pushing outside my comfort zone. That's a big thing, that I've been learning. Self-care sometimes means to do things that are scary. And the last part of self-care, the one that's most popular, I have developing routines of pampering and self-maintenance. So that includes my skincare, my body care. The next category is health. So a part of health for me is a balanced diet, eating consistent meals, so typically 3 meals a day, healthy snacks in between, and then my water intake. So I need to be drinking enough water throughout the day. I also have less junk and no coffee. So side note, I quit coffee after 5 years of being addicted to it. Yes, I did. I'll share another video on how I successfully did that, but trust me, I'm coffee free and I'm feeling good. The next one is proper sleep schedule. Now I'm guilty of not being the best with this one. Proper sleep schedule, I be going to sleep at like 2 a.m. I'm trying, to go to bed early, 8 hours of sleep, wake up early. I'm a work in progress. We're all a work in progress, no space for judgment. And then the last category that I have is introspection. So introspection for me incorporates self-awareness. Like, I need to be aware of how I'm behaving, how my emotions are, how I feel in different moments, and just being able to process all of that and then continue throughout the day. I like to journal because journaling helps a lot with understanding how you feel and why you feel the way you do. Recently, I was thinking about maybe starting therapy. I haven't gotten around to it. So over the years, I've been kind of doing different types of self-therapy, but I do think it's important, if you need professional help and if you need an outside opinion, it's useful. And that's definitely something I see myself trying in the future. The last part I have here for introspection is, like I said, so challenging thought processes and toxic behaviors. So I'm always trying to grow on an emotional level, on a physical level. I'm just trying to be a better person. And if that's what you're into, it's not just about what you eat, what you put on the inside. It's about how you take care of your outside, how you take care of your mind, how you take care of your spirit. It all influences you becoming the type of person you want to be. Maybe you need to unlearn certain toxic behaviors, or you just need to be at peace with certain things in your life. And that journey might be different for you. Before I go, the last thing I want to share is that you are never too broke to start your health journey. Let me repeat. You are never too broke to start your health journey. You don't have to change your entire lifestyle right now. You can change one thing at a time, and that might not be expensive. You can do an at-home routine instead of paying for a membership at the gym. There are budget-friendly ways for you to have a healthy lifestyle. So there really is no excuse, right? Right? Okay. So to recap, you need to start by being true to yourself. Understand your what and your why. What is it you want to achieve? Why are you working towards that goal? You need to design a health journey that is unique to you, unique to yourself, your likes and your dislikes, and your own personal journey crafted based on what you are trying to be successful in, what you are trying to improve about yourself. And that is the main way you are going to be your best self. Then you also need to focus on incremental growth, because small changes add up over time. You are not going to conquer a mountain overnight. You are not going to drastically change your life. It doesn't work that way. If you do 6 months of physical activity, then 6 months later, you will feel fit. So small changes do add up, they do affect the final results, and they allow you to be successful because you're more likely to continue if you're more likely to succeed. And that brings us into your success system. So always create a system for success. If you change your environment, if your environment allows you to continue these healthy habits, if it makes it easier, convenient even, then you're more likely to continue. If you have less reasons to exercise self-control, then you're more likely to be disciplined. So your environment can greatly affect how you develop these habits and how you continue progressing in your health journey. And then lastly, of course, we want to keep ourselves accountable, track your progress, be mindful of the changes that you are making. And all in all, I think you'll be able to not only start your health journey, but sustain it. Thanks for watching my video. Please like, share, and subscribe.